have a tribunals for certain cases, so my doubt is how will we define this as a single and judicial system because tribunal work independently. ठीक है जी. कोई anybody can answer this question? क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं ये कि सर मैंने बता दिया वी हैव अ सिंगल एंड इंटीग्रेटेड जुडिशियल सिस्टम, राइट. ये बोल रहे हैं कि सर सिंगल एंड इंटीग्रेटेड कैसे, हमारे पास कुछ ट्राइब्यूनल्स भी हैं. इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग है, सबको जानना अच्छा है ये. एक मिनट, आई डोंट थिंक और ये वाला देखिए. व्हेन आई से सिंगल एंड इंटीग्रेटेड जुडिशियल सिस्टम, इसका मीनिंग क्या होता है? सिंगल और इंटीग्रेटेड का मीनिंग ये होता है, सबसे हमारा इंटीग्रेटेड का मतलब है कि जो अपना सुप्रीम कोर्ट है ना, ये हाईएस्ट कोर्ट ऑफ अपील है. सेकंड, द जजमेंट ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज एप्लीकेबल टू एवरी पार्ट ऑफ कंट्री. जैसे महाराष्ट्र की बात करो, कन्याकुमारी की बात करो, दिल्ली की बात करो, पंजाब की बात करो, द जजमेंट ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज एप्लीकेबल टू एवरीवेयर इन आवर कंट्री. फॉर एग्जांपल in USA there is a what federal court and each state has its own Supreme Court. The judgment of US Supreme Court is not applicable to the state. That is only applicable to central government, federal government. लेकिन अपने यहाँ सुप्रीम कोर्ट की जब जजमेंट आएगी ना, वो सेंटर के लिए भी एप्लीकेबल और स्टेट के लिए भी एप्लीकेबल है. तो इससे अपना क्या आ गया, इंटीग्रेटेड सिस्टम आ गया. अपना डबल सिस्टम नहीं है. यूएसए वाला कौन सा सिस्टम है? डबल सिस्टम है. सेकंड, सिंगल कैसे है? हम लोग जब जाएंगे डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट में तो बेसिक कोर्ट अपना कहाँ से शुरू होगा? बेसिक कोर्ट होगा अपना डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट से शुरू. आपने डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट के बाद कहाँ से अपील करोगे आप? हाई कोर्ट. और हाईएस्ट कोर्ट ऑफ अपील क्या होगा? सुप्रीम. ऐसे करके ये अपना क्या है, ये है इंटीग्रेटेड सिस्टम. सो सिंगल means the judgment of Supreme Court is applicable throughout the territory of India. Integrated, you appeal from here. The highest court of appeal is while Supreme Court. ऐसे. और यूएसए में क्या है? यूएसए का जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट है वो जजमेंट देगा वहां के किसके लिए? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के लिए, फेडरल गवर्नमेंट के लिए. द जजमेंट ऑफ यूएस फेडरल कोर्ट इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल टू देयर 50 स्टेट्स. मींस टेक्सास वाला है, फिलाडेल्फिया वाला है, दे आर नॉट बाउंड टू accept the judgment of US federal court. US federal court has to take care of their central government. So by this, the judgment is applicable throughout the territory affiliated as a single, and you start from basic court, you can reach to from where? Supreme court. इसका इवोल्यूशन भी मैं पढ़ा दूंगा आपको. लॉर्ड वारन हेस्ट के और कॉर्नवेल्स के टाइम से हुआ. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट में ये वाला सिस्टम अपना बन गया. इंडियन काउंसिल एक्ट में अपने यहाँ हाई कोर्ट्स लग गए. So this evolution of judicial system started with this rule that we call blessing in disguise. अब एक और चीज होती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप लोग पढ़ोगे सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो अपना जुरिडिक्शन है ना, द पावर्स ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज दी. कौन कौन से जुरिडिक्शन है सुप्रीम कोर्ट का? वन इज ओरिजिनल जुरिडिक्शन, सेकंड इज रिट जुरिडिक्शन, थर्ड इज अपीलेट जुरिडिक्शन, एडवाइजरी जुरिडिक्शन, रिवाइजरी जुरिडिक्शन. ऑरिजिनल का मतलब होता है कि कुछ केसेस के लिए वी कैन ओनली गो टू वायर सुप्रीम कोर्ट. वी कैन नॉट गो टू एनी अदर कोर्ट ऑफ द कंट्री. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ देयर इज अ डिस्प्यूट बिटवीन सेंटर एंड स्टेट, वायर यू कैन गो सुप्रीम कोर्ट. इफ देयर इज अ डिस्प्यूट बिटवीन टू स्टेट, यू कैन गो टू सुप्रीम कोर्ट. द सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज दैट. अपने फंडामेंटल राइट का वायलेशन होता है तो दैट इज अ रिट जुरिडिक्शन. नाउ कमिंग बैक, अब क्या हमने रखा हुआ है? कुछ इश्यूज के लिए हमने रखे हुए हैं ट्राइब्यूनल्स. ट्राइब्यूनल्स आर बेसिकली दोज कोर्ट्स व्हिच आर क्रिएटेड फॉर अ स्पेसिफिक पर्पस. फॉर एग्जांपल, इंडिया में अगर साउथ के स्टेट में या नॉर्थ में वाटर डिस्प्यूट है, द रेजोल्यूशन फॉर वाटर डिस्प्यूट वी कैन नॉट गो टू वायर सुप्रीम कोर्ट. देयर इज अ ट्राइब्यूनल. दे आर स्पेशल टाइप ऑफ कोर्ट. दे हैव नथिंग टू डू विद द जुडिशियल सिस्टम. एंड ट्राइब्यूनल्स आर क्रिएटेड फॉर whom? फॉर अ स्पेसिफिक पर्पस. एंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ट्राइब्यूनल एंड कोर्ट, जब भी कोर्ट का कोई जजमेंट आएगा उसमें वन पार्टी में विन, अनदर पार्टी में लूज. बट द ट्राइब्यूनल जजमेंट में कोई लूज नहीं करता है, बिकॉज द जजमेंट ऑफ ट्राइब्यूनल इज नोन एज अवार्ड. उसका क्या मीनिंग हुआ? अब मान लो कि कौन से दो स्टेट का है, तमिलनाडु और कर्नाटका के बीच में वाटर डिस्प्यूट है, वो किसके पास जाएंगे? ट्राइब्यूनल के पास. तो ट्राइब्यूनल वाला बोलेगा 50% वाटर तुम ले लो और 50% तुम ले लो. दोनों पार्टीज को मिल गया. So in tribunal, the judgment is known as award, which we both the parties would get some. और कोर्ट में एक पार्टी को मिलेगा और एक को नहीं मिलेगा. एंड ट्राइब्यूनल्स आर क्रिएटेड फॉर अ स्पेशल. फॉर एग्जांपल, tomorrow you will get a selection as a bureaucrat, you would be part of bureaucracy of country. आपके ऊपर करप्शन का केस हो गया तो आपके लिए क्या रहा, या आपका कोई सर्विस रिलेटेड केस होता है तो आपके लिए है कैट, सेंट्रल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ट्राइब्यूनल. गवर्नमेंट और आपके बीच में कोई क्लैश है, कुछ कंसेशन आपको मिलेगा, कुछ किसको मिलेगा, गवर्नमेंट को मिलेगा. सो ट्राइब्यूनल्स आर डिफरेंट एंड वी हैव ए सिंगल एंड इंटीग्रेटेड जुडिशियल सिस्टम. आई होप इसको मैं रिलेट कब करूंगा, वारेन हेस्टिंग और कॉर्नवालिस, देन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया 1935. कमिंग बैक, पुट डाउन दीज पॉइंट्स. हाँ बेटा, डिफरेंट ट्रिब्यूनल्स होते हैं अपने, ठीक है. यूजुअली वो काम तो सेंटर के ही अंडर करते हैं, कुछ स्टेट्स के भी होते हैं. जैसे सेंटर का अपना हम लोगों ने पोल्यूशन के लिए नेशनल ग्रीन ट्रिब्यूनल को बनाया हुआ है तो सेंटर के अंडर आ गया. अब स्टेट के एम्प्लॉयज के लिए जो होता है तो स्टेट के अंडर आ जाता है. जैसे अगर आप स्टेट सर्विसेज में जाओगे तो आपके लिए स्टेट का ट्रिब्यूनल हो जाएगा. आप यूपीएससी के लिए हो तो सेंटर का ट्रिब्यूनल आ जाएगा. और ट्रिब्यूनल के लिए भी टाइम टू टाइम गाइडलाइन कौन इशू कर सकता है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट, क्योंकि अपने यहाँ सबसे हाईएस्ट जुडिशरी कौन सी है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट है. Provisions of this particular act introduce several key provisions to reform the governance of British India. The presidency of Bombay was to be subordinate to Governor General. It includes following British positions. The British India Act gave the British government control over East India Company, making it subordinate to state. The company territory in the our called British positions or board of control. Very important question has been asked. एक नए बॉडी को बना दिया गया. अब कंपनी टेरिटरी वुड बी कॉल्ड टेरिटरीज ऑफ ब्रिटिश सरकार इन इंडिया. दैट क्रिएटेड ए 6 members board of control, regulate Indian affairs and East India Company, which includes Secretary of State as a chairman, the Chancellor of Exchequer, and 4 other members appointed by the Crown. Powers of board of control. So total were the 6 members in this board of control. सर ये सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टेट क्या होता है, अपने यहाँ जैसे हम लोग मिनिस्टर्स बोलते हैं ना, मिनिस्टर ऑफ डिफेंस, मिनिस्टर ऑफ फॉरेन अफेयर्स. इन यूएस एंड यूके दे कॉल सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टेट. अ टाइप ऑफ मिनिस्टर वुड बी देयर. और ये पूरा सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टेट का पोस्ट इंडिया में आ जाएगा 1858 में. द बोर्ड हैड ब्रॉड अथॉरिटी टू ओवरसी ऑल सिविल, मिलिट्री एंड रेवेन्यू मैटर्स ऑफ ईस्ट India Company. It exceeded the company's papers and had to approve all dispatches. Double control British India and separated East India Company's commercial and political rules, which we have earlier discussed. The company kept its commercial activities while the British government, though the board of control, managed its political and administrative affairs, creating a double government system. Governor General's authority. It was a type of double government. How? One side would be court of director and another side would be board of control, and for political as well as for commercial function. हाँ देखो बेटा, बिल्कुल सही चीज बताई. और रीजन क्या है, फॉर एग्जांपल एक आएगा आपका चार्ट ट्रैक 1793 है, उस पर भी बात नहीं करूंगा. रीजन सी, many things are there, but you know on the basis of last 10-15 years in civil services, our purpose is just to qualify examination, not to get expertise in the history, right? Because we have many things to do with. That is why you came here for a particular purpose, for expertise. Honestly speaking, I know 80% area of GS and IS, but I used to teach only 1 or 2 things. What is the reason behind it? You get a specialization, it would help you a lot. This is one thing. Second, when we talk about the Settlement Act, you are talking about here today, you are very right. Today, there is a tussle between central government versus Supreme Court, right? Thing is, this Supreme Court has nothing to do with today's Supreme Court. This is one thing. That is why वो settlement वाला इतना applicable नहीं हो. Obviously, इनका भी clash of powers और ये. But this Supreme Court has nothing to do with today's Supreme Court. It was named just as a Supreme Court. Otherwise, it was an ordinary court for British subjects in India, right? So, when you can write about the judiciary, you cannot write about this particular Supreme Court. सबको समझ आ रहा है इनका क्वेश्चन? अभी का जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट है और इस सुप्रीम कोर्ट में कोई रिलेशन नहीं है. इसका ओनली नाम क्या रखा गया था, सुप्रीम कोर्ट रेस्ट, इसका कोई सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फंक्शन नहीं था, कोई सुप्रीम कोर्ट का रोल नहीं था. It was a just a court for whom? British subjects. In my coming lecture, I will give you a hierarchy of courts also. Munsif ki Adalat, then court of registrar, then you have a 4 Diwani courts, 4 Nizamat courts. I will discuss in coming. So this has nothing to do with today's Supreme Court. Yes, you can relate with such issues. Presidential wala hai, yes, Supreme Court wala hai. Then we will enter into India's freedom struggle. Over there, I am going to discuss Government of India in 1935. Right? Government of India in 1935, what they did first time, they give Indians the provincial autonomy. जो अभी हमारा सेंटर और स्टेट का रिलेशन है ना, सुप्रीम कोर्ट का मेजर काम क्या है कि इफ देयर इज अ डिस्प्यूट बिटवीन सेंटर एंड स्टेट, उसको रिजॉल्व कौन करेगा? सुप्रीम कोर्ट करेगा. इफ देयर इज अ डिस्प्यूट बिटवीन स्टेट वर्सेस स्टेट, हु इज गोइंग टू रिजॉल्व? सुप्रीम कोर्ट. दैट इज व्हाई वी कॉल इट ओरिजिनल ज्यूरिडिक्शन ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट. अब ये सेंटर स्टेट का कंसर्ट पहले होना चाहिए. एंड फर्स्ट टाइम we were demanding Swaraj, we were demanding independence, but instead they gave us what they call the provincial autonomy under Government of India in 1935, in which Indians were allowed to make a government in their particular states. जिसको हमारे स्टेट कहते हैं तब प्रोविंसेस कहते थे, and there were 11 provinces. When they made at central level, the government was under the control of whom? British. And obviously there is going to be clash of interest when one area is ruled by British, another is ruled by whom? The Indian people. Then they felt the need of that there should be a proper judicial system who is going to handle all these disputes. Then under Government of India, we got a federal court, and that federal court is exactly related to our Supreme Court. And today over there, yes, we are going to relate it. And yes, why historical? See, as I told you, in our prelims we have this much marks, in our mains we have, but history is something which is important whenever you are writing answer. For example, you write an essay on a particular topic, you write an essay on women empowerment, right? Your essay is not completed until you are not going to give a historical background. Okay, वैदिक में क्या था हम लोग एंशिएंट में देखते हैं कि वैदिक में कैसे वुमेन की कंडीशन थी. लेटर वैदिक में कैसे वुमेन की कंडीशन डिटोरेट होने लगी. गुप्ता पीरियड में कैसे सती का कंसेप्ट आ गया. ऑल दीज थिंग्स यू हैव टू शो इट. एंड देन ड्यूरिंग द ब्रिटिश टाइम हाउ द कंडीशन अगेन स्टार्टेड टू रेस्टोरिंग द कंडीशन ऑफ वुमेन अंडर द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. दे ब्रॉट अ इलेक्शन 1919 में वुमेन्स फॉर फर्स्ट टाइम गिवन राइट टू vote, right? Women participated in the freedom struggle. Women become the member of Congress. Women become the president of Congress. There was a special arrangement which promoted the women education. Until you are not going to put this stuff, तुम्हारा ऐसे complete नहीं हो सकता. So whatever answer you are going to write, you must have a historical understanding. और वो अपना आगे बढ़ेगा. अभी तो हम लोगों ने क्या किया है, शुरू किया हुआ है. तो आगे जाके जहां पे भी अपने को तुम इसको इकोनॉमी से रिलेट करोगे, पॉलिटिक्स से रिलेट करोगे, सोशल इश्यूज पे लिख रहे हो, ऐसे पे लिख रहे हो, दिस इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू एवरीवेयर बिकॉज हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड अ पर्टिकुलर इवेंट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, you may have read recently international relation, or some people may are going to read international relation. We are having a issue with China, we are having a issue with Pakistan, we are having a many issues. All these issues are basically what? Legacy of past, which means something has went wrong in the history. Issues we are facing today. We have certain internal security issues. What is this? It is something what? Legacy of past. So that is why here when we discuss all these topics, we are not discussing according to. I mentioned in my earlier classes, यार 8 वाला, 9th वाला, कॉलेज वाला, यूनिवर्सिटी वाला सब लोग तो ये पढ़ेगा, हिस्ट्री वही रहेगा. बट योर इंटरप्रिटेशन, योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज गोइंग टू, योर पर्सपेक्टिव इज गोइंग टू बेसिकली चेंज. आई होप यू गॉट द आंसर. यहाँ तक हो गया सबका. तो क्या इसमें अपना इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट निकल के आ गया? विच बॉडी इज गोइंग टू कम? Board of Control. And another important first time, they completely divide the function of company into political and commerce. Put down 2-3 lines on the significance. The Prince 1784 marked a significant shift in how East India Company operated in India. It holds considerable significance for several reasons. which include recognition of territories. The Prince India 1784 marked first instance in which the territories controlled by East India Company were officially recognized at British position point to be underlined. पहली बार ऐसा हुआ कि जो भी कंपनी के पास एरिया रहेगा उसके ऊपर नामकरण किसका रहेगा? British position. Under which act? Pitt's India Act, right? Now, this terminology underscore the formation of British sovereignty over these lands, increased parliament, although it was did not become a proper parliament, but their control was started. The Pitt's India Act 1784 conferred upon the British government ultimate authority over the company's operation and administration of its Indian territories. This shift effectively places the company's activities under the direct supervision of British Crown, making a pivotal moment in consideration of British rule in India. Separation of powers. The Pitt's India Act also introduces separation of powers for the first time, laying the groundwork for dual government or double governance in India. Direct control, unlike the previous regulating Act 1773, which primarily sought to regulate affairs. Pitt's India Act subordinate company to British government, effectively putting the Indian administration under the direct government control, right? क्योंकि अब और इंटरफेयर किसका आ गया? ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट का आ गया. कैसे आ गया? A full-fledged body was created, which we call Board of Control, which are going to look after what? They are going to look after the affairs of company in India. और जो भी टेरिटरी अब रहेगा, see this was asked 2-3 times in prelims. Which act named the Indian territory on the British position? Pitt's India Act. Which act completely separated the function of company? Pitt's India Act. Which act put more control of British government in India? Pitt's India Act. These things you need to remember it. Yes, French basically have nothing to do. This was their own affair. This was between company and government. Yeah, French were here. अभी French लोग हैं. हम लोग उनका भी और भी रोल देखेंगे. French has nothing to do because it was a British government and a company. Company came from England and government versus company. So French has nothing to do. If they were not okay, what they can do to this? As we know, company become powerful. They took a political power, and French were now somehow they were now sidelined, and they were kind of this based in the Pondicherry. That is it. But now technically in India, political power under the control of company, and it was company versus British. वही यार clash of interest हो गया ना कि जो लोग कंपनी में एसोसिएटेड थे, they are becoming powerful, they were becoming rich, and the people who were in government, they were thinking ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? So it was between company versus government. It has nothing to do with the French, whether they were okay or not. I will put a diagram now. I will show what type of structure of company in India after this ebb, right? Can I say that the structure of company in India would be like this? If I will keep here the Indian territories divide into how many parts? 2 parts. 2/3 would be what? British India. If I have to remember all this data in a single, this would be British India. 1/3 would be princely states. And now what they are going to do? They are going to send Governor General of Bengal till 1833. And as a Governor General of Bengal, he has to look after the administration, trade, everything for India, right? So here would be who? Governor General of Bengal till 1833, when it is going to turn into Governor General of India. Like this, here would be structured. And this Governor General of Bengal is the head of East India Company in India, right? Fine. And there would be 2 bodies at London. One would be Court of Directors. Court of Directors sitting at where? Sitting at London. How many member? 18 member. Then there would be another body which was created by this side, was a Board of Control. Board of Control, how many members? 6 members, known as what? Commissioners, right? So this would be like if I will put like this and I put like this. And it was a bit silly and it will basically brought this type of arrangement in India 1784. And under this arrangement, first time they differentiated the function of company. If Governor General has to take a decision related to commercial function where he has to take the permission from court of creditors. यही मीनिंग कौन है सेट का? To function divide. How it divide the function of company? Now it divide into two functions of company. If Governor General has to take any decision related to commercial function, they have to take the permission from court of directors. If Governor General has to take the political function, you can put this diagram also, political function, then they have to ask from who? Board of Control. Who are these members? Board of Control. These are government officers appointed by British government. So you can put the diagram. This arrangement of the East India Company would be till कब तक 1858 तक यही arrangement रहेगा. This would be the structure of company in India till 1858. Under the Government of India Act 1858, they are going to abolish Board of Control. They are going to abolish East India Company. They are going to abolish Board of Directors. But till 1858, and this arrangement started from here. Pension Act 1784, under which they divide the function of company into commercial as well as political. The head of company affairs in India would be Governor General of Bengal. The territories in India are divided into two parts. One is the British India, second is the princely states. And as a head in India, the Governor General has to take a permission from two group of people. One, if a decision related to commercial, it would be Board of Directors. If it is a political, it would be Board of Control. So can we say this also brought a type of double government in India? Now we are only two ruling parties in India. One would be related to commercial, second would be. So anybody want to make this diagram, try to make a beautiful diagram. So by this you will remember all the provisions of this particular act. And this arrangement is going to be till under 1868 they are going to come with a new administrative setup under which it is going to become a direct secretary of British government. This total director, board of control, East India Company, everything is going to be abolished. And there will be a new arrangement. But till 1858, this arrangement is going to be in place. Right? Now coming back with another topic. See, now how they are going to run, and now this is the political body or commercial body now. It is a political body one time. They are now full-fledged government. And this government is going to run in India by a person known as Governor General of Bengal. And who become first Governor General of Bengal? Warren Hastings. After, so what we are going to do, this 100-year rule of company, basically different policies, whether it is related to administration, education, judiciary, social reform, everything would be by these governor generals. So the history of company would be reflected by the history of whom? Governor General. So what you have to do in your mains examination, for example, there will be a question. You have to write the role of Warren Hastings as a Governor General of Bengal in how many words? 150 words. This is one thing. After Warren Hastings, we can move to Cornwallis and we will see how different policies were developed. Now, as a Warren Hastings, his responsibility would be to run administration in India. Yes or no? This person has to run the administration in India, and technically this person has to make two type of arrangement. One, how to collect maximum, basically people at sitting in London lead what? They were not more interested to reform in Indian political system, Indian economic system, judicial system. They were more concerned to what? Profit, money, vitamin M. How to get maximum revenue from who? India. So first task of this person would be how to get what maximum revenue from videos. But until you do not have proper law and order system, proper administration, you cannot get what money from the people. Yes or no? अभी गवर्नमेंट मान लो अपने यहाँ पे फार्मर प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा है, ट्रेड यूनियन ने स्ट्राइक की कॉल दे दी, क्या गवर्नमेंट को टैक्स आना शुरू होगा? नो. फॉर गुड कलेक्शन ऑफ टैक्स देयर शुड बी अ प्रॉपर लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इन प्लेस. तो उनकी मजबूरी क्या बन गई? दे हैव टू मेंटेन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एंड लॉ एंड ऑर्डर. सो कैन आई से Warren Hastings has to do two important things in India. One, how to get maximum revenue, and in return, how to provide a better administration. Until you do not have administration, you cannot expect what? But since these people were not the part of government, they were traders. That is why the period of Warren Hastings is known as period of trial and error. क्यों? ये लोग एक सिस्टम लाएंगे, वो नहीं चलेगा तो नया लाएंगे. Because they were not expertise, so his period is known as period of trial and error. First step. Now there were many challenges in front of this person, Warren Hastings, or there were many challenges in front of East India Company. One, they were not aware about Indian culture. You know, our society is a unique society in terms of this culture. There are many silent features in our society. For example, Indian society is a multi-religious society. All the major, these people came from where? They came from England. England में major religion क्या रहेगा? सिर्फ ये आएगा. But अपने यहाँ beauty क्या है? You will get all the religion of world in India. Apart from there are certain religion which even you do not have an idea. दिल्ली में एक स्टूडेंट मुझको बहुत फोर्स करके ले गया, सर प्लीज कुछ टाइम के लिए आ जाओ, कुछ टाइम के लिए आ जाओ, मेरा कुछ शादी का फंक्शन हो रहा है. आई वॉज शॉक्ड व्हेन आई सी देयर ट्रेडिशन ऑफ मैरिंग. हिंदुइज्म में तो अपने देखा था कि अग्नि के सामने क्या करते हैं, इस्लाम में क्या करते हैं. इस्लाम में वो प्रोसेस है, ठीक है. सिक्स में क्या प्रोसेस है? सिक्स में गुरु ग्रंथ साहब रहेगा, ठीक है. एवरी बट यार आई वॉज शॉक्ड व्हेन आई से व्हाट दोस पीपल वर डूइंग. वो लोगों ने बीच में वाइन शराब रखी हुई थी, एंड बॉय एंड गर्ल हैव टू टेक दोस दिस around the what vibe. I was shocked. But ये कौन सा कस्टम आ गया यार? ये मैं कह रहा शराब कहाँ से इतनी इम्पोर्टेंट बन गई? सर नो, दिस इज द वे वी टेक. आपका तो समझ आता है प्रॉपर वे है. सो माय पॉइंट इज इन इंडिया वी हैव अ मल्टी रिलीजियस सोसाइटी, मल्टी लिंग्विस्टिक सोसाइटी. अपने यहाँ नॉर्थ में कौन सा लिंग्विस्टिक ग्रुप है? इंडो आर्यन. मराठी से लेके पंजाबी तक, यूपी, बिहारी, भोजपुरी तक, ऑल दीज लैंग्वेज बिलोंग टू विच ग्रुप? इंडो आर्यन. अपना साउथ में चले जाएंगे, वी हैव तेलुगु, तमिल. इन टर्म्स ऑफ लैंग्वेज अपने यहाँ ऑस्ट्रो नॉर्थ ईस्ट में चले जाएंगे तो वी हैव अनदर लैंग्वेस्टिक ग्रुप, राइट? So in terms of language, we have a multiple languages. What are the other features of English society? We have a joint family system. We have a caste system in place, right? So all these things were new for who? British. British में मान लो जगह रिलीजन रहेगा, क्रिश्चियनिटी रहेगा. खाना पीना का क्या रहेगा? More or less it would be same. But here, if we will see the dressing habit, you pay from north to south. Food is going to change, right? Dressing sense is going to change. Culture, custom, tradition, everything is going to change. If you will travel from north to south, हर चीज में change आएगा. You travel from west to east, everything is going to change. So this was a new system for them. Now what they have to do? They have to understand the Indian society, Indian culture, and for this they have to take certain measures to. Until you are not going to understand the people, you cannot rule them. Once you cannot provide a proper line order situation, you cannot have a proper collection of what? Tax. These are challenges in front of food. So what this person has did, first period is known as trial and error. Then another important person, he created the post of that we call district collector. अपना आज भी ये पोस्ट है. महाराष्ट्र में डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर भी बोलते हैं कि डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज के बोलते हैं? कलेक्टर ये बोलते हैं आगे को, अभी वो कलेक्टर का ही काम नहीं करता है, अभी वो पूरा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का हेड होता है, लेकिन उसको कलेक्टर क्यों बोलते हैं? बिकॉज इनिशियली पर्सन वाज अपॉइंटेड mainly to collect taxes because they were more concerned to what taxes. So this post of district collector or district, you can in some places we call district magistrate, UPI Dehat. So this post of district collector or district magistrate was created by whom? Warren Hastings. And what was the purpose? To collect the severance. Today, although this person is a head of administration in particular district, but the logic behind this post was only to collect what? Taxes. Ab major source of income today, in government there's a different source of income. Government used to have a direct taxes, indirect taxes. Government used to have a loan. Government used to have a certain gifts from other government. But at that point of time, the major source of income was what? Land revenue. जो टैक्स कहाँ से आएगा? लैंड से आएगा. अब लैंड के लिए we have a three major system. Rohitwari, Mahawali, and this Zamindari, Rohitwari, and Marwari. But this person brought a first system under which they made an arrangement to take a taxes from the farmers, and this system in history we call quinquennial system. So first land revenue system put in place by Warren Hastings was a quinquennial system under which whatever, for example, this is a piece of land. They used to go for auction and land was given to highest bidder for how many year contract? 5-year contract. Okay, I put this land in an auction. This person came, sir, I will give 10,000 rupees for 5 years and I will cultivate this land. Another person came, he says, no, 20,000 for a bidding. Another person came 50,000 for home bidding. So who is the highest bidder? 50,000. Land will go to this highest bidder and company would get what? Revenue. But there is a chances of fluctuation. This person has to pay only 50,000. अब मान लो इसको 2 लाख आएगा, 3 लाख आएगा, वो पूरा किसको मिलेगा? This person, company not going to get anything. Then after that, they change it yearly based bidding. But still the problem of fluctuation was continue for East India Company. And that is why they said one of the person after Lord Warren Hastings who was expertise, who was a big Zamindar in London, his name was Warren. Then he brought a proper land revenue system which they call in history as Zamindari system. So वो तीनों system मैं आपको एक साथ पढ़ा दूंगा. At first stage mercantilism, financial capitalism, I am going to discuss in our coming lecture. But the first land revenue system brought by Warren Hastings was a quinquennial system. What was this system? Under which land was given to the highest bidder for 5 years contract. Later on, this 5-year contract was scrapped. It was made at yearly based bidding system. तो पहला काम लैंड कलेक्ट कौन करेगा? रेवेन्यू. It's this collector, and this would be the land revenue system. This was the first step taken by whom? Warren Hastings.